Welcome back to the Life and Tribe podcast. This is episode 244. On this episode, we had our very good friend Joe McMahan back on the pod, Azoia Joe. If you're an OG fan of this podcast, you remember Joe's gel company, Azoia, sponsored us. I took a break in production in 2025, but they are going to be back in 2026. He's got a new partner, a new formula, new manufacturing, all of that. So we chatted about all of that on this episode. Joe also recently had a breakthrough, a marathon we talked about, and he's blowing up on social media lately. He's really focusing on lifting for runners in particular on his page, and it's been really successful. So we chatted about that. Joe's got a lot of just really good advice and habits he has in his life that I think we talked about in this episode that I think will be impactful on you as well. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Joe's just like one of the best guys we know. So great friend of ours. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, please leave a review, drop a comment, share with a friend. We'll catch you on 245. When we're running through Norton Commons or the Pewee Valley area in Louisville, Kentucky, it's pretty easy to spot Mason Construction Home. The attention to detail, the quality, the stunning design, you can't miss it. It stands out. We aren't just saying that either. Our own co-host Scotty trusted Mason Construction to build his forever home, and he and his family couldn't be happier. Don't tell Scotty this, but we're at his house a lot because we love the home. He's all right too, though. If you live in the Louisville or Southern Indiana area and are thinking about building your forever home or doing a remodel, there is nobody else to trust with this project than Mason Construction. The link to their website is in our show notes. Click on the request information option and start the conversation about what your forever home could look like. 10 late. All right, Life and Stride, episode 244. We got him back. We got him. Azoia Joe, he's back. Joe, I think some people on our team that are like kind of OGs, they like are really going to enjoy this episode because I feel like they kind of like got to know you guys. We had you on in like the earlier days of the pod for sure. And when like, we were pumping the Azoia hard. So yeah, they're going to be excited to have you back. And obviously you've grown a lot online yourself. So yeah, it's been cool to watch, man. A lot of hard work paying off for you.
Thanks, brother. So good to be back. So good to see y'all. I mean, really excited to dive in with you guys. And yeah, y'all been blowing up too. I see like every time I open up my TikTok or Instagram, I see Striegel's face, I feel like, and it is so nice.
Dude, yeah, you be commenting on our TikTok sometimes. I appreciate that. Dude, I need to figure out. I just need to like copy paste your real game, bro. You kill it. I need to figure it out.
Copy and paste. That's how a lot of Instagram goes, or how a lot of TikTok goes. But
Yeah.
um, you dude, I learned it so much. I mean, it really is. Content creation is a skill. So it's
Yeah. No, yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, I think I've had to learn like my reels still aren't great, but like you have to learn along the way, like the editing and like kind of you really have to learn like, okay, like how is this gonna affect someone's brain when they watch this? Like and that is a skill like that you have to learn and you have to like analyze videos in that way. So yeah, it's something, man.
dude. Something I respect about yours is you talk directly to the camera a lot of times, which people don't realize is so hard and one of the most awkward things to do in the world is like pick up your phone and talk to it. It is
Yeah.
so freaking hard, and I suck at it still. But definitely like what like gets things over the cliff in terms of being like successful online is like, oh, you really got to like think of in terms of that person, like where are they right now, and a lot of times that's like where you were a couple years ago. It's like,
Yeah. And
ooh.
there is a lot of retakes behind those for sure, but I never like write a script down or anything, but I do take retakes. But there's that account on Instagram, the higher up wellness guy, Michael
Yeah.
Smith. He's good. That's like all of his videos are just him talking to the camera. And he started that like public speaking challenge and he's got people like speaking in airports and stuff like that. I don't know
Yeah.
if I'm about that. I'm not about influencers in the wild per se.
People are just going up to randos in the airport at the gate and saying, I saw when this guy goes up to just a stranger. He's like, hey, will you hold this? Will you record me for a minute? And he's like, I just need to take this video. And he didn't know what to say. He was so nervous and just started filling time. And like, it was one of the ones that Michael Smoker retweeted. And I'm like, that's savage that this is the one that he saw and he's going to retweet it.
Yeah.
He started talking about the weather or just something like that no one cares about, but it's like, all right, I did my video. I'm going to post it. That's the challenge.
Dude, Joe, me and Scotty did a little banter episode earlier today, and one of the things we talked about was, do we think that professional runners or running influencers are more like influential in the running space right now in terms of like, I guess like running culture, like, maybe like influencing people to like buy certain things or train certain ways. Like, do you think, just generally speaking, like all encompassing, do you think running influencers are like influence people more than like the professional running scene does right now?
An interesting question. Yeah, that's a really interesting question. And I wish you all had like a guy that's just like on the side Googling, like, and Joe Rogan. I forget the guy's name, but like just
Oh, Jamie, yeah.
Pull that up, Jamie.
yeah, Jamie, pull this up. And you have there was I saw a reel about it, so it's got to be of course very credible. But it was on Instagram. But it talked about how Lucas Mueller, I don't know if you've seen his page. He's like a triathlete in Germany, and you know, pretty good. I think he's a Boston qualifier marathoner, but he's not elite. And they looked at his income from brands versus like professional triathletes income from brands. And he just like absolutely crushes them. And I think it's a good like that answers your question, right? Brands are voting with their dollars in terms of who's cultivating more attention. And I do think that like running and endurance sports are a different space because
Yeah.
it's such a participation sport. It's not uh, a sport that people watch really.
Yeah.
I know what you
When it was
mean.
spectator sport, yeah. So like football, it makes sense, right? Like the sponsors make sense. Why everyone watches that. It's not fun to play. It's fun to watch. But then in running, like you want someone closer to your skill level and more relatable, wearing cool clothes, having the right fueling that works a 9 to 5 as well. That's like someone that you rather like take advice from as opposed to someone that's running a lot of times like, like Connor Mance. That's not really relatable for a lot of
Yeah.
runners. So
The barrier to entry with running is so low. And then you can take that, get the bug, and then kind of graduate into different levels, right? You can get the super shoes, you can get all the gear and the supplements. And then you take that the next step even further and get into try. And
Yeah.
now you're doing Olympic sprint distances. And then Ironman is like the ultimate money suck. And I feel like, by the way, Ironman, I think as an organization is just like a super money hungry thing and not like, maybe I'm just a purist of, running. And I think the world majors are like this too, really. But maybe that's my hot take is that a lot of these big organizations know now that people are so into this and it gets a lot of eyeballs that they're raking it in. But Joe, I know what you mean though. Like, why is it though that these creators are making more than the top tier athletes in the space? But if the top tier athletes didn't exist, would those creators even be around? So it's kind of this chicken and the egg problem, right? So like if the competition didn't exist at all, would all the ecosystem around it exist?
Yeah.
Wow, that's deep. Probably
deep?
not, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you didn't have people out there exploring uh, the limits of human potential, then it wouldn't be as fascinating, right? Like,
Yeah.
someone running a 2-hour marathon, even though it's not going to be you, and I'm not going to be able to follow Kipchoge's training plan, it's still just like fascinating to watch. Dude, it's, complete tangent, but I got sucked into Skyscraper Live on Netflix this
Oh
weekend.
yeah, dude.
Did you all hear about this?
Is it the
Oh,
Alex
yeah.
Honnold thing?
Alex Honnold free soloing Taipei 101. So he is climbing it without ropes. And there's something so visceral of just like watching this guy on the verge of death the entire time. And it's just like I will never ever ever do that. Like I'm afraid of heights. I don't like
Me
that.
too.
But it's just so interesting to watch, and it makes me want to go climb in a gym though. Like it's really interesting.
Did you see the like infographic of that Taipei building up to El Cap, which he free soloed? El Cap is like twice the size, dude.
Yeah.
Twice the size. And basically
What? It's
all
that
he
big?
did was like go up one story at a time. And how high is that? I have no idea. I'm just gonna say it's 100 feet a story. Is that a lot? I feel like 100 feet's reasonable. 120.
Sounds right.
So, and then he goes like on this balcony and like gets a break, and then he does the next one. So it's really like, however many climbs, 20 or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't do public math. This is a podcast.
Yeah.
But
Well, it is a climbing podcast, so I'm glad we got onto that.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I wanted to say one more thing about the endurance sports, and
Yeah.
I think that like the Kipchoge thing's a good analogy, but there's also hobbies, maybe not sports, that like don't have an elite culture, right? Or does every hobby, like does crocheting have an elite culture? It's not taking the world. Maybe that's a bad example, because what's a hobby that's like taking the world by storm right now?
Taking the world by storm.
Pickleball?
Yes, pickleball.
Pickleball. That's a great one. Name an elite pickleball player. Never
There
heard
is a
of one.
scene, but Scotty's brother, elite pickleball player.
Maybe
he's playing pro,
pickleballers
bro.
would know the answer to that, but it's like, I feel like there are. So maybe we're not as reliant on the pros as we think. I'm curious.
Dude, it's good that the influencers get paid more, because how is Ian Fawn's going to buy his Toyota Land Rover without all that money, bro?
In his new house, bro.
Has he been
Yes,
on the
yeah.
podcast before?
No. That'd be an interesting guest. I'd be curious. I don't know.
Yeah.
Danny's like hard no.
I've met him before. He's nice.
I was gonna say, I'm sure he's a nice guy. Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Just the face told me, dude. We actually this morning too, we talked a lot about the Cam Hanes and Jeremy Miller beef, and Scotty said Jeremy Miller took it too far. So
Catch me up on it, because I saw like a reel about that and I didn't.
yeah, my understanding is Jeremy Miller like called out Truett Haynes for like his like downhill marathon not being legit, which like I can agree with that. Like, but then he like ran CIM and broke 230 again. So like I respect that time on that course for sure. And 224 on that downhill course, still good. Like great effort, but yeah, like it hasn't had an asterisk next to it. But yeah, then he did it on a legit course, all good. But
I don't know. I've heard about that Striegel Truett Haynes beef, and
yeah,
I know Striegel's a little faster, so
dude, we might get to line up at Boston. I'm assuming he'll be at Boston. I don't know what he's going to be doing, but
shit
we'll
talk
see.
starts now. You hear that, Truett?
Yeah, I mean, I'll start. I mean, that all engagement's good engagement, bro. So, I mean, we got good engagement for. I told Rory Linkletter on his podcast that I don't shower in between doubles, and we got a bunch of engagement for that. So, and it was mostly negative, but yeah. So then Cam and Drew like said F Jeremy Miller on Cam Hanes' podcast, and Jeremy posted the clip of it on his page. And then Jeremy posted a like AI made video of like Cam Hanes saying like, I don't know, he's like, Jeremy Miller has a big like I won't say it PG, we'll keep it PG-13, but like
Please.
he kept saying like it was AI, but it was like Jeremy Miller has a big like what, and like just complimenting his male anatomy like size, and yeah, and Cam Hanes commented, and he was just like, dude, like this is like too far, and yeah, I thought that was kind of weird, so I don't know, and that's where it is now. Will it end there? I don't know. Oh, there he is, dude. Scotty, I was catching Joe up on the Cam Hanes True Hanes beef, bro. Or Jeremy Miller.
I did some, Danny, you missed it, bro. We did some straight up call outs this morning.
Yeah.
Man, never missing a podcast again.
Sorry. We low-key booked it without you.
Yeah, we did. Dude, Joe, I want to talk about your last couple marathons, man. So I know you ran, and I know a lot about the Charlotte course because I coach a guy that ran the Charlotte course, and it is a very hilly course. Like it's over 1,000 feet, isn't it, of climb?
Yeah, I think it's like 1,200.
Oh wow. Ugh.
I forget what it is, but it was pretty rough. So yeah, in the fall ran that one. That was my A race. I was like, let's go for it.
Yeah.
I got humbled. Definitely. And love that background, Danny.
Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yes, it's very distracting, Danny.
Kinda
But
like
A race didn't. It was tough, and then yeah, signed up for one a month later. Just gotta get at it. Well,
Yeah, I mean, dude, Danny's absolutely trolling. Um, yeah, I think that, I like the move for sure. Like, I just had a bad race at Houston, and I was like, I need to get back on the start line quickly. I think if you have good shape and like the A race like doesn't go well for whatever reason, I like the move to like bounce right off it for sure and just like use the fitness because like you never know if you're gonna pull up with an injury like in you know your next training block and like then you never got to use that fitness, right? So like Danny had a tough race at Indy, but then he's like already back on a start line in 2 weeks at Mesa. So and still has all that shape. So yeah, I like the move, man. And I can't believe like so many people run the Charlotte course, like a 1100, 1200 foot gain course, man. That is like properly brutal. That is brutal.
That is borderline a trail race.
yeah, it's pretty rough. The first half is like where all the hills are too, and I was like, oh, I'm pacing right there. My goal was 250. I was like, oh, I'm holding 620s, 625 maybe, but like grade adjusted, it ended up being like six flat, right, for a lot of those hills, for a lot of those miles, and that definitely burned me. But the experience on the course was great because I moved here a little over a year ago, so it's really cool getting to train on the course and a little hometown race vibe. But the the race actually just got bought by someone else in town, so
Really?
really.
they might change the course. We'll see.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I remember Jacob Thompson one year like he lived in Charlotte or his now wife lived in Charlotte briefly and he ran the half and won it and he was talking about how hilly it was. But yeah, that's cool. What race did you do as your like second race after Charlotte? To get the mileage.
Jacksonville Marathon.
Which one was it?
Danny, did you have a good day?
Just vibing, bro. I'm enjoying this conversation.
I'm sorry. I'm so distracted.
I had a great day, by the way. Thanks for asking, Scotty. How was your day?
My day was great. It was really great. I love when Danny gets in this mood, y'all. And it makes me slap at me.
Goofy. He's just a goofy guy.
It makes
Bro,
me just
I'm
a
chilling.
goofy guy. Goofy gang.
Joe, I want to hear, what is your relationship with running like right now? Are you in a committed relationship? Are you married to the game, or is it complicated?
Yeah,
Or are you
good,
single?
good question.
Are you on the
Honestly,
market?
since my marathon, I really haven't run much, and it's felt really good. I'm still going to like run clubs and etc. here in Charlotte, but not pushing it super hard right now. I've actually been just really focused on strength training, and that's been really nice for a little bit.
Dude, I feel like you're like the strength training running expert. Like you've kind of taken that role on the internet for sure. Like you're like the strength training guy on the internet, man. For runners and like I'm sure you've got like a bunch of athletes like signed up for coaching, but like you post like a lot of really helpful content. I'm sure like the ones that take off, you got like so many people bookmarking, sharing them and stuff. So yeah, it's really helpful content for sure.
Yeah, I've had a ton of people share or save it because I'm like I've dealt with so many injuries in the past. I've dealt with shin splints, stress fractures, patellar tendonitis, torn meniscus, all this crap that I'm like I feel like it's just natural, like that I post about it and then people resonate. And I've had to do so much rehab. So yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. I'm curious, like, is that kind of like the niche you feel like? I know, you worked with a lot of people know Alfie online, and you've like, I guess, worked with his program a bit to like, uh, y- work on the social media side of things. Is that kind of like the niche that you're going to continue like going with is like running strength specific stuff and like the running content, or do you think it'll ever expand to like other avenues, or are you going to kind of stick in that niche because it seems like that niche is like really working for you?
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Like when you show up online, you almost have to pick a niche to be able to like find your people, find your audience. And I'm sure you all have found that with your audience, with who you need to like, how you need to take the show, like, and how you are able to resonate with people, whether it's, high performance running, marathon training, like you find your kind of like spot there. But I think I would love to just like post more. Like, I've done 230 plus blogs online.
Really?
Like yeah,
didn't know that.
like I journal every single day. Like I love like a ton of the mindset stuff. I love talking about entrepreneurship. I'm just not like an expert at any of that stuff yet. And I'm not really an expert about strength training at all. I just can share what's worked for me. And I'm, not a great runner. I'm not like you all. Like I've definitely have a ways to go, but like I just think that my story of like having to bounce back from those injuries and then just like showing up again and again in a sustainable way has resonated with people. So like for now, yeah, I'm gonna keep on posting it because I think it's helpful. And that's the cool part about like showing up online is that you genuinely can impact others in a very massive way. I'm sure you found in the pod people reach out to you, like, holy crap, like I don't feel alone in my running journey anymore, or whatever it might be that you all hear. I learned so much about how to train for my first marathon. And that's so cool when you get that opportunity to help people. So yeah, it's like a little niche for me right now where I'm helping people sustainably train for running and like incorporate strength into it. But in the future, yeah, I would love to expand it to talking about entrepreneurship, talking about my journey with uh, Azoia, with being an entrepreneur, being a husband. I don't know, like talk about my life more.
There's
Yeah.
a theme there when you talked about like you're like I'm not the fastest runner, I'm not like you all. It doesn't really matter because you have this resilience when it comes to like there's some of us are chronically injured. Like I have pretty much been always injured, and you get injured a lot. And then there's some people I know that just hardly get injured and are super fast. I feel like it's more common for people who take running very seriously to be more injured than not injured, especially when they see people, influencers doing 80, 90-mile weeks, right? And they're like, I'm going to do that, and that's how I'm going to run a 2:30 marathon. And then they try it and they get hurt in 2 weeks. But so there's like an attractiveness when they see somebody that's resilient like you. You're like, here's how I didn't give up. Like I'm injured every month, but I didn't give up and I was able to get to a 2:30 marathon. I think that's super, like, it's very attractive. It doesn't matter what your time is, right? You just didn't give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And the hardships that you face make the story that much better. And any movie that you watch, the main character is gonna go through a lot of shit. Like they're gonna face some stuff that really weighs on them and
It-
disrupts their goal. And I think the fact, like you're saying, Scotty, it makes your running journey that much more relatable, that much more like everyone's that much more excited for you once you get your goal in Houston
Right.
because they've seen the ups and downs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, true. That's why that video, your Houston videos are so popular, man, because people saw the Chicago one of you having your rough day, and then you had your day in Houston. So yeah, that's super relatable, man. I think everyone's got a stinker marathon out there, and then yeah, just seeing you, have that redeeming one shortly after.
Nothing like a
Motivating.
stinker marathon.
No,
It is like, as an adult, you pour way too much time, money, energy into marathoning. Like if you do it right, you're training 6 to 10 hours a week at minimum, and then you're spending copious amounts of money on it, and then all to just blow up or the weather to be really hot, and you just be like, nah, it won't affect me. And then you just rip it anyways, blow up. Man, it'll never be not humbling.
yeah,
Yeah.
Is that what it's about though? I was just having this conversation with an athlete over late yesterday, and he's injured and doesn't want the pressure of having a marathon on the calendar 8 weeks out or 12 weeks out, whatever it is. And having to go back and forth with this injury, and it's like, well, I'm like, dude, racing. One of our friends from Louisville said this. Racing is a good way to break up training.
Yeah.
Like, I say this all the time to the people I run with here in St. Louis. I'm like, what do we do this for anyways? None of us are going to go pro. None of us are going to race in the elite field, maybe save Striegel at Boston, right? Like, maybe Streak could get there one day. The other three on this podcast, I'm like, we're not doing it. I'm sorry. We're just not. Maybe we could, but we're not.
Know.
But yeah, like, so that my point is, like, you do it for a lot more than just like laying down a stinker at a marathon, and that's like part of the joy. And those are valuable though. Like a Houston marathon or an Indy, it's valuable to set something on the calendar and work towards it and do the process. But not to be corny, but it's about the process, right, Joe?
No, I agree. But I think it's the meaning you attribute to that stinker marathon. It can be like the biggest thing that you like teaches you so much about yourself when you're in the depths of hell, mile 22, and like, whatever's going on, you're cramping, pooping your pants, whatever is happening, that like can be such a good learning experience. But it matters like where you put the focus of like control. When you're like, man, I could have prepared better, then it like reinforces this self-agency. But if you're like, oh, like you feel sorry for yourself, which everyone wants to, you feel sorry for yourself, you start like finding all these excuses, then it's like, not only was it a crappy experience, but like you also don't learn from it. I feel like
the easiest way to come back from a stinker is just revenge.
Yeah,
we were just talking about that before you came on.
Like pissed off revenge. It's just the easiest. It's the simplest way. It's definitely. I don't even think it's unhealthy though, because like it's unhealthy if you have like bitterness towards like a person or like anger towards another person. But like if it's like something you are doing within yourself, your own ambitions, I don't know that that's that unhealthy.
No, it's good.
Dude, sometimes I'll just like pick someone out that like I have no actual beef with, but I just like make beef with them in my head.
Shout out Sam Bland, love you.
Yeah.
Who do you have beef with going into McCurdy?
Oh, well,
Name
no one I
names.
know at
Name
McCurdy, but
names.
like I don't know anyone at McCurdy that will be like running with me.
No,
Yeah,
it
unless
doesn't
you're
have to be
Andrew.
someone racing McCurdy. It could be someone just like out there who said,
Oh, I mean, like
you'll think-
before, like like Dylan Allen. Like Dylan Allen, like I have no actual beef with Dylan Allen, but like I was like he beat me at all 3 Triple Crown races last year, so like I made up like beef in my head. But then like same with like the fast
Who's
Freddy's,
your-
like 5 mile
who's your
race.
one right now?
Right now, I don't really have one right now.
We need to get you one.
It's me.
I don't like.
Who should
I don't really
Striegel
have-
be beefing with for McCurdy?
I don't have like a marathon nemesis like right now because like all the like my nemesises are like 5K, 10K like type like local guys. They're not like marathon guys. So
Is
I don't know.
Stotterman? Is Stotterman your new nemesis?
Yeah, I can have beef with Stotterman. That's fine. He's in the mob, bro. I don't want to mess with him. That
No,
guy's
bro.
definitely a
You
mob.
should see that man slick his hair back with super spikes gel, bro. Instant
Yeah,
terrified.
yeah.
Joe, I have a question.
Sweatpants.
Sure.
What's your favorite thing you've ever written about?
And can you read it to us?
Y'all three it is.
No, he can. He can read it.
And what's the first thing you've ever written about? Answer the first thing first, and then maybe that'll give you time to think about your favorite thing.
In my journal or on my blog?
In your journal.
In my journal, first thing I wrote about was traveling to Germany on exchange, and they made me write. They made us keep a journal. And then I went abroad again, and they made me do it again. And then eventually I found that I was happiest when I was recording my days, when I was actually trying to remember the things that were happening. Of course, like I'm traveling, I'm a kid, I'm in Germany.
Right.
I could beer in high school legally. It was sick. Like, yeah, of course I was happy then. But I also then I was like, I should bring this practice into my everyday life. And then that's when I started doing it. What's the favorite thing I've written about? Was that the question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I quite liked your reel about your journaling because like you're like I have like notes I can look back like the rest of my life on like specific days. that
Yeah.
I wrote about. Like that's pretty cool. Like my mom did that when we were growing up,
Yeah.
and you can like go back and look like what she was thinking when we were on like a trip to like on vacation and stuff. It's pretty cool. Like your kids will enjoy that one day.
Yeah, I hope so, or at least myself. It's always so helpful to go back and look at it. I mean, it's cool. I've captured moments like, going on dates with my girlfriend, now fiance, proposing to my fiance, like, and just also just random stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
random events. Yeah, I'm trying to think back the
Well, let's talk
one
about the
blog,
value.
one blog that I wrote
Go ahead.
that was good. This is the one I was thinking of. That's pretty funny. Was this like this? It was about business, but I saw a truck that said "life changing meat." It was like Porter, like it was Porter Butcher Shop or something like that. It was a butcher shop truck, and it said "life changing meat." I'm like, how freaking like stoked must you be about what you're selling to say life-changing meat on the side of your truck? And like that's the type of attitude we should all have.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. It's 2026 and you're still buying your running supplies online instead of at your local running store. If you live in the Louisville, Kentucky area, there's nowhere else to buy your running supplies than Ken Combs Running Store on Shelbyville Road. They have everything you need from daily trainers to race day shoes, an assortment of different kinds of fuel, and apparel options. If you're a first time runner going to get your first pair of running shoes, this is the place to start. They will help you get the perfect type of running shoe for your foot so you're running comfortably and injury free. If you're a more experienced runner like myself and you want to go somewhere where they're going to have your old faithful running shoe, for me, that's my size 10 Nimbus or size 10 Triumph. I'm always going to Ken Combs for that. If you're looking to get plugged into the local community, Ken Combs has a Tuesday track workout for people of all different speeds, and they can also recommend many different groups in the Louisville area. If you're not from Louisville, visit We Run Lou. That's WeRunLou.com. We have a discount code in the show notes, and you can order from Ken Combs online and support an amazing local business.
About,
So good, dude.
about your own business.
Yes, about your own business. It will change your life, as well as your meat.
Dude, the new Azoia, I think it's going to be life-changing chia.
Yeah, life-changing gel, life-changing
Life-changing
goo.
gel.
Joe, I want to hear more about your reasons behind journaling every day. Like, what's the value that you get from it that's not just like pure documentation?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, this morning, opening it up before I crack into my email, just taking 5 minutes to be like, hey, what did I do yesterday? What am I grateful for? I mean, it's just so nice getting to look at, like, write a prayer down, whatever it is. Have a hard day at work today, but I can't complain. Like, this is every entrepreneur's dream, that you're making it. If you have a busy day as an entrepreneur, that's a really good thing. So yeah, I wrote down that I had a dream last night about my wedding that hasn't happened yet.
That's cool.
That's cool.
So it'll be cool to look back on that.
Yeah, that
So-
would be
That's sweet.
nice.
Yeah. So it's time dedicated to yourself to take away and reflect and talk about your aspirations too. That's
And complain about your fears, complain about the bad stuff, because it's way less bad when you actually put it in the specific. You might be fearful of something, but when you put it into the specific, it's like, okay, that's really not scary at all.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, you write it down on paper and it seems less real.
Yeah.
Do you go back and look at? Do you like read your journal entries?
Not enough.
Yeah, I feel like I have gone through spurts of journaling, and I know where my journals are, but I don't want to open them up and read what's in there. You know what I mean?
Dude, isn't
Yeah,
that
it's a little-
funny? That's kind of the same with like this podcast. I don't like to re-listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I'm not insecure about hearing my own voice by any means anymore. But it's weird. Yeah, that's a weird thought.
Yeah, it is weird.
Oh, I definitely have looked back at it. And I'm like, wow, you idiot. Like, that is such a terrible interpretation of events or mindset that you had. But
Why
good.
is that? Why is it like when you're removed, you can be like so much more judgmental, but like if in the moment you're like, this is great. This is great.
You ever see a picture of yourself from like college or high school, or when you're like, man, I was just so much like not even close to the same person I was?
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Like
When Alex and I got married, dude, I like when I proposed, I look like a child.
you can look in like the face of yourself from a past picture 10 years ago, and you can be like, I know what I felt like in that picture. I can see it in my eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you get that from the journal?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. It's a similar thing. Like, I can remember, oh man, I thought that job that I was applying for was going to be the best thing. Like, it was my life. And if you didn't get it, life was over. And then, like, you didn't get it and everything was okay. But it was
Yeah.
literally everything. And I hardly ever think about that moment in my life now. So
It's so true. It's a good point.
it's a cool another dimension to it because you don't see that in your face or in photos when you look back at them, but you can see it in your thoughts that you wrote down.
Dude, Joe, you mentioned obviously you're an entrepreneur. I quit my job like 5 months ago. I'm posting a reel about it tomorrow, and it hasn't been that long, but I can't imagine like going back to like at least a similar work situation, like office job with, boss and very corporate type structure. I'm curious, like, obviously like you're going to succeed in whatever you do. You're a super smart and motivated guy, but like, is there ever like, will you always be an entrepreneur like your whole career, like no matter what, like whether it's Azoia or whatever it is that the vision you have for yourself?
I think so. Like,
Yeah.
I think that it's doable now, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, if anyone out there is like, oh, I'm gonna just quit my job and be an entrepreneur, like you did it right, Chris. You've been stacking this for a long time, right? You almost got pulled out of your job by the work that you already had.
Yes.
I like left my job basically just because I didn't like working at the company anymore. Then I was like, all right, let's go be an entrepreneur. I think I can do it. Almost out of hubris. But being an entrepreneur is really freaking hard. And like, I honestly still struggle with it a lot. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people see, oh, wow, you can be like a multi-millionaire or you can have your own time. But I actually wrote down like all these things I was struggling with in my journal last week. And it's like, I definitely look at other people who have a 9 to 5 or who have a pretty good corporate job. I'm like, you all might desire what I have, but like, it's so nice what you have. You have a set work schedule. You have secure income. These are like real things about a 9 to 5 that are really sweet. Like
Yeah.
that going months and months without that, without having your financial security, without having a schedule where you're working all hours of the day is really tough. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
We talked
And
about that with Floberg as well. He was like, there's a difference between just like diving into something blind and hoping it's going to work and like working really hard versus already having the thing.
Yeah.
Working hard at it while you're doing another thing until you're ready to dive into the thing that you want to be doing.
Mhm.
That's like it's calculated risk. There's still risk involved,
Mhm.
but it's a lot less than just being like, yo, I'm going to go start a freaking, drink company and I'm buying stuff tomorrow. I'm quitting my job,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think with you, Joe, too, like a lot of people, I know we can talk about this. You are going to relaunch Azoia, right? That's the goal?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't see the behind the scenes of like just like branding, like making the brand, the packaging, like finding a manufacturer to actually make the product. The fact that you're filling them yourself for a very long time, like formulating the product, like FDA approval, like all like this background stuff. Like there's a lot of steps before you can like get product in gel and distribute it. So yeah, and obviously like I know you're coaching and you're
Yeah.
social media and stuff. So like you have a lot of like stuff going on for sure. So I can't imagine how busy you are right now.
Yeah, so 100%, and like a lot goes into it. And here's the thing about entrepreneurship that I almost like wish I knew. It does matter what business you go into, and it is important that going into something that you love because I think the core thing behind that is like you're gonna like researching that no matter what. Like I'm gonna love watching running YouTube. I'm gonna love buying running books. Like I'm gonna love doing that no matter what. I'm gonna love, and I'm also gonna love, secondly, the people that it attracts, right?
Mm.
Because I can see myself in them. I know that running vets people for people that want to realize their potential. And that like really resonates with me. Now, when you actually get into something, like being a running entrepreneur where I'm making nutrition for running or coaching people on running, it so much of the job is so far removed from running. You know, it is finding manufacturers, it is editing reels, it is you know, like writing up plans, tinkering with software, doing financial stuff. Like it's all that crap as well. And you think it's going to be like, oh, it's just going to be something I love all day long. And it's definitely not. The amount of time you get to do doing the thing is very little. And honestly, it's tough. Like, I don't know how you all experience this, but it almost can detract from it sometimes where you're just like, oh crap, like I got to put this athlete before myself, or I put more stress on my performance or something like that. So
yeah, my take on that is like, well, what else would you rather be doing? You know what I mean? If these like little things have to, and not to say that you're complaining about it, I don't think you are at all, but it's like, if would you rather be doing these little like kind of tedious tasks for like, you know, an insurance company or or would you rather be doing it for running, you know?
yeah, 100%. No, I agree. Like I was just being realistic, but
Yeah.
it's so fun like helping people realize their goals as runners. Like
Totally.
at the
Yeah.
end
I've just relate to this a lot because I've thought about it a lot with my job.
Yeah.
And like, you know, my job's like very deep focused work and like hard. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you know, some days I don't know if I'm cut out for this, but then I'm like, well, you know, what else would I rather be working on right now? Would I rather be working on, you know, in a big like corporate restaurant chain building their website, or would I rather be working on like a fitness tracker that's like awesome? It's like, well, obviously the fitness tracker, you know, so
Right.
yeah.
just relative, you know.
Dude, I think the day I quit my job, Cheston gave me the best advice. He was like, remember this feeling when it starts to feel like work. That's what he said. Like,
Yeah.
like my excitement of quitting my job and like starting. I was like, dude, that's the most like sound Cheston advice you could get right there from the CEO himself, bro.
I love
Of
it.
like yeah, dude.
I miss
That
Like
was
I-
one of the wildest. That was one of the wildest days in my business career of 20 years of tinkering with business. When Chris was just like, woke up ready for freaking war. He was like, "Boys, can I quit? I'm ready to quit. Can I quit? I'm quitting. Y'all cool? So I quit." We're like, "Hold on, let's throw a quick financial plan together," which was like not really anything. And he was like, "Okay, I quit."
Scotty crunched some Excel, bro. Scotty's our finance guy.
I'm a bad one at that. I do my best.
You're pretty good. Dude, Joe, so I want to hear about the Azoia relaunch, man. Are you able to give any details on when it's going to happen? Or I know you said you maybe tinkered with the recipe a little bit. Are you able to give us any insight on the new Azoia?
Yeah. Let's go for it. So I brought on Marshall. Y'all met Marshall.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, at
Nice
Indy.
guy. Yeah.
Great guy. Yeah.
He reminds me of you.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like him.
I'm
Like-
serious. Like he has got the same like posture and like wide shoulder. He just reminded me of you.
We
Absolute
rode together in high school. But
Love it.
really nice guy. Don't question, like, there's not a question in my head about him. And he's just been such a big supporter. I'm like, dude, come on, help me. I need help. And just like one of those guys, I'm like, it would be way more expensive or difficult to try to get him later if I know I want to work with him now. So let's just try to work together now. And he's been so helpful, and we kind of walked through it. So I knew that we could optimize the formula a little bit. So, but we want to stay true to what we knew was already successful. So what we're going to do is do honey, because honey has a really nice taste, and it's a better glucose fructose ratio than agave nectar. So that's the plan, to switch to honey. And then we're going to have a lemon ginger flavor. Of course, just keeping it super natural. So it's going to be super like same consistency. It goes down really easy. We've made several sample batches and we're really excited about it, but keeping it true to no preservatives, very simple formula that you can read, and no full chia seeds, because then it flows really easy. We tried ground chia seeds, really not very good. We didn't think so. So keeping it true to that is really difficult to find a manufacturer. We actually contracted with one already. It doesn't seem like it's going to work out. Well, we don't know yet. We're still in the process with them, but it is not like we're not making much progress, and it's really frustrating to me and Marshall. And I'm just being out there with it
Yeah.
because I know that your Life in Stride family is huge supporters of Azoia. So I know
Yeah.
you've
Day one, baby.
all the details. And yeah, so we're looking. I mean, where we were is it was super expensive and time consuming to produce them the way we were. And these right here, and the spouted pouches.
Still
So
going.
we want to change over to a like tear off that's going to be much more cost effective, much more easier to produce at scale, and also easier to consume while racing. So that's the idea of where we want to take it. And what do y'all think? Excited
Dude, I
about
love
that.
it. I love honey. So I'm a fan, dude. And I like the tear off too. I think that was a big thing that people said is they wanted like a more traditional gel wrap. So
Mhm.
that's huge too. But I think like that's good that you're keeping, no preservatives, like no fake stuff in it. Like, cause I think that's what like, well, obviously like it tasted good, but like the good selling point of it was like, that's what it was. Like it was
It's
all
natural.
natural, no preservative. Like I know like Scotty's wife really like like that's why she used it. She liked that. And my wife liked that a lot too. She hates all the other gels. That's the only one she would take. So, yeah, dude. So yeah, that sounds great. And like honey tastes amazing. So yeah, I'm sure I'm actually really excited to try it and see what
Hot take about the packaging, Joe. Hated it at first, but then I realized, okay, when I'm trying not to litter and I take a gel on every run, right? You know that, Joe.
I know that.
I still take a gel on every run, and I try not to litter. I don't like littering, so I have to put the gel back in my tight pocket, and inevitably I don't get all of it out, and it gets my half tight's disgusting. But Azoia, you could twist the cap back on and put it in your pocket, so there was no mess, which was great. And if you didn't want to take all the gel, you could take half of it, put it cap back on, finish the rest on like the rest of the run. So
Yeah.
packaging, hot take, it wasn't that bad. For racing, it's less than ideal. It's fine, but
Joe, where's the manufacturer? Are you like on the factory floor, like talking to these guys?
No, I wish. The one we found is actually in the UK. They have the best manufacturing, or you know how Morton, it's like a small thing, but like I really want to get the details right, especially as we relaunch.
Yeah.
You know how Morton and a few others that are produced in Europe, they don't have seals on the side. They don't cut your lips, right? They have the machinery in Europe for that. So the UK manufacturer that we found was like, okay, yeah, we can do it in this style packaging. And we're like, sweet, we'd rather have that style packaging. So it's going to be really easy to consume. But yeah, that's been moving relatively slowly. So we're looking at a couple places in America now.
You doing like same logo and everything? Or you going total rebrand?
No, so same logo, same, but the packaging, we got a designer. He's actually an athlete of Chris Sadler's.
I know who it is.
he's
Yeah,
good
I have his
designer,
number.
Good
Yeah,
designer.
you know him?
Yeah.
Chase?
Yeah, he's cool.
He's awesome, man. I ran with him.
He's an ultra guy, right?
Yeah, he ran the BPN Ultra. He's a good dude. So he's been a supporter, like bought Azoia several times and gets the brand. He's producing some really sick packaging for us.
Cool.
Whoa, cool.
That's
Yeah,
sick.
he makes cool stuff for Sadler, man. Really cool hoodies.
Do they like label it? They like package it and label it all in the same place?
That's huge. Yes. So what they do is pre-printed, like on a roll. So you roll it out into a machine, and then the machine forms it and then puts the gel in there and seals it up. So
That's sick.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
ideal.
The good thing about like an all natural, like real food gel is like obviously you're gonna market it for like, you know, running and like sport use, but you can like have that as a snack too. Like I wouldn't like take a carbs fuel or like even like a BPN gel as like a snack, but like I don't know if I just want to have like a afternoon pick me up or something, like I could just like, and I did that with Azoia gels like before too. I would just have like a gel, like if I was just feeling a little peckish, and
My wife did that. Yeah.
yeah, like they're a good snack, man. Like there's no like it's all natural, like all good stuff. Like there's no, you know, like it'd be weird to just take like a Morton gel as a snack, you know.
Have
So
you run into any issues with honey when it gets cold?
No,
Curious.
so when you add the other stuff in there, it flows the same as the agave nectar. I think agave nectar actually might be even more viscous than honey. So
Interesting.
it might be a
oh,
little bit more thick, but it would flow exactly the same way as the current gel. Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Good
Interesting.
question.
Cool.
Do you-
Yeah. When
Well, I'm excited for the relaunch, man. Put
Yeah,
me
me
on the pre-order list because I'm gonna order
I know
100.
y'all are getting some early packages. Don't worry.
Well, dude, yeah, we'd be happy to test too if you want to pack some the old-fashioned way, if you can. Send some our way, and we'd be happy to test, like, for sure. I know that, like, we go through this a lot, like, at my company, where you have like the first round of user testing, and people kind of like drop off after that. Like you get their one piece of feedback, but if you want, someone who does like, gels quite frequently, like hit us up for sure. But yeah,
Good idea.
which by the way, I think like for doing testing like that, you could do them like in chunks of like 4 or 5 people at a time to get their feedback and then move to the next. But you know how to run your own business. You don't need me.
I love it. No, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I remember when you gave that like protein overnight oats. Those were good. I don't know if you
those were
ever.
unreal.
Yeah, those were good, dude. Like they're better than I don't know what those popular brand is that they get at Costco, but yeah, I like those a lot, dude. I wasn't sure if you were going to run with that or not, but I was a fan of that for sure.
Well, we might in the future. The idea that I have for Azoia is like, so I always struggle with when I'm marathon training, it's hard to get the right nutrition. Like I feel like I'm always reaching for stuff. I'm always
Yeah.
like an upset stomach because I'm like, oh crap, I need more protein, or like, oh, I'm in a rush and like, let me just have this. So it's tough to hit your calorie and macronutrient count you want. And the idea is just to make nutrition simpler for endurance athletes, and something like that, a post-run breakfast or I don't know, like afternoon pick me up would definitely be a product that I could see Azoia having in the future. So being something that's a little bit bigger than just a gel. I like the idea of starting with the gel though, because it's just like the most crucial time for performance for an athlete. And it's really important to get right. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it is indeed. Dude, you know who we were talking about this today too. I've been talking about this a lot. Dude, our friend Nick Regas, bro, he stopped doing the Nurza. I don't know what to replace that with. I maybe you guys can do something with that, but like yeah, I was just like I really liked the Nurza. Some people didn't like the taste, but I use it before every workout, man. So
I
like
hated the taste when Joe gave it to me the first time. Dear
that was
goodness.
the sauce.
Dude, I was like,
That's
this is
good.
disgusting. But then he like switched it to be a lot less bitter. And I vibed with it then.
yeah, I introed y'all to Nick and Grant. They're great guys. Yeah, really love those guys. And I think the product's still a great idea for anyone out there. A G1M Plus is kind of like that in
Yeah.
the market
Yeah,
now.
we talked about that
But
today.
then one that I really like, I don't know if you've tried, but it's called Earthy Energy. And it's almost like hot chocolate. So I just microwave some water and then put it in there. And it almost tastes like hot chocolate, but has cocoa. I forget where they get the caffeine from, but it's a really nice pre-run drink. So it's like way faster to make than coffee. And I met the founder like a year or two ago. Really cool guy. So
Can't you buy caffeine off Amazon?
yeah, you could.
Yeah. Didn't
What do you like,
you
powder
did
form?
for Azoia at first? Just like bought.
Guarana powder. Guarana powder. That's what we use.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
if anyone wants a caffeine source, you can go buy guarana powder from bulk supplements, but be careful with that stuff.
Oh, it's deadly.
Do you ever
Right.
OD like one gel you put way too much in? You're like, oh, someone's getting a stinger.
When we were trying to figure out the right amount to put in there, we
Oh.
like got it way wrong. And I think it was like 150, 200 milligrams of caffeine in one gel. And that was rough. That was really rough. I had each scoop was like 220 milligrams, and I just put it in water once. Dude, it was pretty hard stuff.
Like, what was the? I don't care about the taste because obviously that's not the point. What was the after effects? That's all I need to know.
Yeah, whatever.
Give us the play-by-play.
It was just like, I don't know, like coffee's like a little gentler. Even coffee can be a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
This would boom to your face, immediate like anxiety.
I thought you were gonna say energy. It's just anxiety.
Just like powdered anxiety.
Dude, I've been there, man. Like too much coffee and I haven't ran yet. And I'm like, frick. And I just feel like my whole world's crashing down.
Shakes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Dude, there's that gel SIS beta fuel that has like nootropics in it. That one has like 200 grams of
That one
caffeine, doesn't it?
slaps. Yeah, I've tried that.
Really?
Oh, man.
I don't think it has 200, but it has like nootropics, right? So taurine.
It has 200. Yeah, I got it up. Yeah, 200.
Yeah,
Joe,
it's a lot.
my previous marathon PR was a 239. And I took 600 milligrams of caffeine in 3 hours. And my new PR in Houston was 236, about 3 minutes faster. And I took less than 150.
Wow. I think that's probably a sweet spot for marathons because it's so long. Yeah. I've heard like 600s being really good for power lifters and stuff because I think it helps you tap into this. But like, I think early in the race is more about relaxation and the pace. And I just ran my PR in December and I didn't have any caffeine during it. I do think that it would have helped to have like 50 to 150 milligrams of caffeine later in the race, though. I definitely felt like mentally fatiguing, and caffeine can help a little with that.
Yeah. Have you tried Nomeo, Joe?
I was about to ask that. I'd be very curious to see what Joe says about that.
I've heard that. No, have you?
I think that there's an opportunity there. I think it's we've tried it. They sent us a bunch of stuff, and it's super good. I went to buy some more. It's like
$7 each bottle, bro.
$7 a bottle. I'm like, okay. Like there's these little glass bottles, packaging's nice. Like it's not that nice. There's a lot of marketing that goes into this thing, but it's basically like condensed broccoli. It's like broccoli, juice, and apparently it's supposed to help buffer lactate. Like, and I think it works.
I took it before Chicago. I mean Houston.
Dude, I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's 80% broccoli sprout extract, 15% lemon juice, 5% sugar. That's all it's in it, and it buffers lactic. And they sell for $7 a bottle, and they're like the size of a shot. They're making $6 on each of those, probably.
Dude, I think there's an opportunity there.
Yeah.
Can I have a question before we get off the caffeine subject? And this is just so out of left field. You said you needed to pick me up later in the race. What would happen if you snorted guarana powder?
That was your tangent.
I mean, it'd probably still get into your bloodstream, I think. Yeah.
It would be significantly quicker. Am I wrong, Daniel? You're the closest to our medical doctor in the room always. So this is going to you.
What was the question? What would happen if you snorted guarana powder?
Yeah, the caffeine source that he used in Azoia.
Well,
late in the race.
The first thing you do is you call your mom and you say, "Mom, I'm not having fun anymore. I need you to pick me up."
I'd probably take the bus back to the start line.
Gosh, your brain cells would be fried, dude. Could you imagine how bad that would hurt?
Oh man, Jamie, look that up. Caffeine.
Who's Jamie? Oh, our Joe Rogan boy. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Nomeo, lactic buffer. The only other alternative out there right now is Martin bicarb, also very expensive and not natural. I think that people want something natural to put in their bodies. That's what you're going after with Azoia. You've already had that finding. People will pay to know what's on the label, even if it's simple. I also think that it works and that it's a first in its category. Therefore, Nomio has done all of the work for you to explain and sell what this product is. So I think that is another point to your advantage. I think that they're really expensive, and I think that there could be someone that comes in to get more of the middle market instead of the expensive. So if you could do it find someone who makes it, figure out a manufacturing process, and maybe just put it in like plastic bottles instead, small ones, or sell it in big bottles, sell it in bulk, and then just like with some kind of dispenser that just gives out shots, like a cough syrup bottle with a shot glass on.
Because it's in a hard bottle, it really wouldn't be that hard to produce.
Mm.
It wouldn't, because the issue with ours is the flexible packaging that it's got to go in, and that's like super difficult machinery and stuff. So
exactly, and that's what I was thinking with like the powder, the kind of the BPM plus or inerza like move too. Is like you have those packaging like ready to go. You don't have to make it pocket sized. Like you have a tub that you can go find on Amazon. Like it's a commodity. Like you're not making anything custom for that. So I think that's the way, man. I think the Nomio.
Is there not a patent on this? Is this going to be something that you'd get in trouble on?
Good question. I don't know.
There's a company doing this exact thing with like the Morton bicarb called like Blank's Sports Nutrition, and they make their own bicarb, and it's like way cheaper, and it's the exact same thing. And
Bicarb is literally baking soda pellets.
Yeah, they're doing great. Like Rory uses it, Jacob uses it. It's good stuff. So,
Yeah, the owner's out of Flagstaff.
yeah. So
he just hooks them up.
Yeah, I don't know, but Nomio's done well with like they've gotten some high profile athletes like Holmgren and several others.
That's why they're $7 a bottle.
That's why, yeah.
Joe, you know what I love about you? You're always scheming, bro. There's always something. There's never a time in your life where you're just sitting on the couch, just being like,
Joe's on the move.
You're always on the move, and I love that about you.
Joe also saved my race at Chicago, which ended up not being a great race, but we were walking up to get into Grant Park, where is like the starter corral, basically, just like the huge area. And I'm like, Joe, we're a block away. I forgot all my gels, and I'm taking Azoia for the race. They're in the hotel room. Joe was staying with me and Cheston in the hotel room in Chicago that day, and he ran a mile back and then picked up my gels and then ran them to me right as we got to the entrance. And Joe, I will remember that forever. It was great. You're a great roommate, man. I don't know any other roommate who would do that.
Mine, I forgot my bib, and my roommate brought mine to me.
She didn't have to run home a while, though. But that's true. That's a good point.
She had 3 kids.
Alex would move heaven and earth to get you a bib.
100%.
But we're talking about Joe here, Scotty.
You're right. You just asked. You said, I don't know any other roommate. So I just gave you another option.
I'm sure there's plenty of people that would.
No, Joe, you're one of a kind.
Joe, you have a huge following online right now. Can we expect any huge brand deals for you in the near future? You scheming with anybody at the moment?
Huge brand deals? No, not really.
You had Adidas, didn't you? Like you had a little thing with Adidas at one point, and maybe
that was like for the Evo SL. We'll see. I don't know. I'm doing Koros longer term for
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna be posting about Koros. I mean, I've been using Koros for years, so I'm like, yeah, for sure. I'm happy to post about Koros. I mean, I use it literally every day anyway. So
that's cool.
No, nothing else really right now. Just I am more so focused on doing coaching. So coaching and Azoia relaunch, and plus like with brand deals, I didn't realize this at first. It's like it takes effort, it takes attention to like make something for someone else. For my page, I'm like, all right, whatever, just make a reel, post it, make something and put it out there. But when you like have to curate it for someone else, it takes time away. Plus, you got to make sure that you like are really aligned, because it feels inauthentic if you're don't like the brand.
For sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you got to make sure you like the brand. Yeah,
Which,
absolutely.
to be honest, yeah, with the Evo SL, I was like, I didn't like the shoe at first, and they're like, but
Do
it
you
ended
like
up
it
being
now?
my favorite shoe of all of like 2025. So
It was the most popular shoe of 2025. I think like the most
I believe,
bought running shoe. So
I definitely
yeah,
believe that.
the Vomero is going to be 2026.
That's why it was easy to sell Zoya, because we all loved it.
Yeah,
We did.
y'all did a great job. I mean, this is where Azoia like got our start. We did like 20,000 units, most of it to Life in Stride community, which
It's
is so
crazy.
cool. Yeah, so cool. And we did every single one, my mom or me labeled, we filled together, and then sent out handwritten notes. Was really fun. But
Shout out Mrs. Azoia.
yeah, my mom's awesome.
Yeah, that was a cool, like, I always like that touch that you did, like writing personal notes, like people that you didn't personally know too. I know you did that for, I don't know if you did it for every single one, but I know you did it for a lot. And some people like were like, that was like so cool that he does that. And just knowing that like you like package these and stuff, that was cool too. Like just knowing how like early on it was. And yeah,
For it,
it's
baby.
cool having the
Yeah.
personal touch for sure.
Dude, that's the way you gotta like. I'm still definitely stand by that. That's the way you gotta start a brand, is by just not really caring about the people that are choosing to actually invest in you in that early moment, because they have absolutely no reason to. So
Right.
like treating that like they're spending their time with you, they're spending their money on you. Like that is huge, that they're actually taking a risk on your brand. So that definitely was such a good start for us, and we got such good confirmation from people there. And but now I'm like, all right, I can't handwrite every note. I can't hand every gel. I'd rather definitely focus my time and attention on like branding it, telling people about it, making the next iteration of it, thinking about more products, hiring people, right? Like that's definitely where I want to focus my time, but we'll get back there.
Yeah. Dude, I heard Nick Bear puts a personal note in every BPM package.
Yeah. It says
But
go on more, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He hand prints it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's handwritten though, like for sure it's handwritten, yeah. No doubt. Boys, you got anything else for Joe? All
I
good.
could talk to this man till the sun rises.
Dude, me too, Joe. I wish you lived in Louisville, bro.
I know. I need to come back up there.
Joe, do you want the Olympic Trials Marathon to be in Phoenix or St. Louis? That's what it's down to. What do you think would be
Louis.
better?
St.
St. Louis?
For sure.
Yeah.
That's
think we're all-
Literally, the arch is behind Danny right now on his screen.
Yeah.
I think it would be sick in St. Louis. I would definitely come to it in St. Louis. Phoenix is a little too far.
Yeah, it's too far.
I think
What's
St. Louis is very centrally located.
Yeah, and plus my buddy Chris Striegel will be running in it, so that would be pretty cool.
I hope so, dude. That'd be cool. I
Yeah, my buddy Chris Trick will be running into.
got some time to cut off, so we'll see. Might be one of those situations where I just like boycott it if I don't make it, you know?
Yeah.
Nah, I'll probably go either way.
Danny, question. Is the arch, I know it's called the Gateway to the West, correct? Am I right in that?
Correct.
Is it located like if you walk through it, it's direct west, or is it like, which way is it? Like, is the arch like north-south?
No, it's east-west.
No, like north-south on the long, like if you're looking in the long, you don't see through it. You know what I'm saying? And then, but if you look through it,
No, it's perfect actually, and that's why we know the aliens made it.
Dude, yes. Dude, Joe, you're an aliens guy. I knew it.
I'm listening to too much Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I do too. Joe Rogan has like a way too much influence on my like thought process at this point in time. So like I've gotten lost on the sauce and not listening to him for sure, bro. I tell my wife stuff and she's just like, there's no way. And I'm like, well, Joe Rogan said it, so I don't know. So but I like it, dude. But
all right, boys.
Episode 244, Joe McMahan. Joe, we're gonna have you on in a quicker turnaround time than
please.
this one,
2
bro.
years.
Well, hopefully I turn around Azoia much quicker. We're working hard on it, and when we get it relaunched, I want to get it back on here, tell everyone about it, because Life in Stride has been the best community supporting.
Dude, we will market the living crap out of Azoia, bro. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We're gonna
Do you
get
have
it back.
you have like a month, like a target date?
No, no.
Depends on the manufacturer. Yeah.
Honesty is the best policy. I appreciate it.
Is your partner working on it full time right now too, or no?
No. He's got a job.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an interesting like scenario for me. I moved to Charlotte, and I was like, let's just go full time on Azoia, and that's when I started posting content, which is crazy. That was
Yeah.
October 2024, right? Because then that's when Chicago was that I stayed with you, Danny.
Yeah.
And yeah, just went all in on it. But I wasn't paying myself anything. But like Azoia was starting to make some real revenue. We got a grant in 2025. We started seeing
Remember.
but then now it's like, yeah, it's like, all right, I need a coach. Like we both should have alternative income sources, just feasibility, you know?
Yeah.
Respect.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Well, dude, you're doing it. So
I'm gonna
but,
keep on going.
yeah, I know you are, dude. I know you're a motivated guy, so I have no doubt that you'll be successful, man. It's a great product. So
Yeah.
excited to have it back. But
Yeah,
all right.
appreciate you guys. Thanks for hopping on the call.
Yeah.
Inviting
Thanks
me
for your
on.
time, my brother.
Love you forever, bro. Episode
Great seeing you,
244, Life and
Yeah.
Tribe podcast. Joe McMahan, his Instagram is going to be in the show notes. Give him a follow if you don't already.
Sounds good. Love you
Great
forever.
content.
Bye, Chris.
Love you forever and always.
Yeah.